All right, welcome back, good people. This begins week number 35. That's right, week number 35 of 2018. As you know, there are 52 weeks in each year, right? Let me tell you something you may not have known, because I didn't know. Each week, the first week of the year is categorized by having the first Thursday. So whichever week has the first Thursday of that year, that starts the full week of week one. Now you know, right? Okay, anyway, my name is Larry James. My company is Speak with Larry, also, as you know. And what I'm doing here is I'm creating 200 videos in 365 days. Again, we are in week 35, and I am well on my way. I'm just a short distance away. But at the end of this journey, which it has been a journey, I've gotten better at different things, positioning, scheduling, and things like that. It's actually a way to work on me, right? Because when you build a company, or when you build a brand, or when you build a system, you're actually working on you. There's a lot of things that you don't know about yourself prior to beginning that process, right? And that gets more into the personal development part of you. And that's what I'm going to talk about today. A lot of the things I'm going to reflect on today are going to have to do with personal development skills, requiring you to look within so that you can understand why you do the things you do. Because the way you did that is not the way that I would have done that. So what makes you do it that way and what makes me do it my way? That's something only you can answer, because I can't answer that for you. You have to answer that for yourself. And it's not that difficult. It's simply asking yourself a series of questions and answering those questions truthfully. And only you can do that, right? Because you are you, no one else. So this first video is going to be personal development skills. That's right. I want you to focus on those that you have. And as I read, I want you to be able to kind of bounce things off of your mind as far as whether or not that's you, whether or not that's not you, and then you'll be able to get a bit better understanding of why you do things the way you do. And if you want to stop or you want to start doing something else, then you have the call, because we create the world that we live in, period. You can blame it on anybody you want to, you can blame it on any situation you want to, but you create that because you have the power to change at any time. And only you. I can't make you change, but you have that power. All right, so it says, personal development. One of your self-development goals should be to increase your self-confidence. Would you agree? Okay, now that we both agree on that. Number one, improve your body language. Be aware. The first step to body language improvement is awareness. Study others. Look at other people, especially people you admire. Mirror the other person. Be aware of how you cross your arms and legs. Make eye contact. Relax your shoulders. Don't slouch. Face your conversation partner. See, these are things that you probably knew already, but you may not be thinking while you're doing it. You may be just reverting back to what I call the default stage, because we all have a default stage, whatever that is for us. We'll get back to where we are, right? That automatically you go there, right? And when someone asks you a question, you automatically say, I don't know. You don't even give it thought. I don't know. See, that's the default. You don't want that unless the default is, have been thought out. Number two, learn to get along with others. Be a good listener. Start a conversation. It is important to listen first, especially when you are in a group. Don't try to change people. Keep your sense of humor. State outright that you want to get along. Radiate positivity. Give genuine compliments. Genuine being the key or operative word there. Number three, stop procrastinating. That is a word I want to use in bold letters. Stop that. That is not good. Stop punishing yourself for procrastinating. Tackle your most important task for 15 minutes. Break tasks down into small chunks. Start your day with the hardest tasks. Let me repeat that one. Start your day with the hardest task, because that's the primary. You need to get that done for sure. You don't want to play with that one. So always remember that. Continuing on. Give yourself a pep talk for motivation. Aim for done over perfect. Aim for done over perfect. Promise yourself you'll get a reward when it's done. That's right. Many people don't reward themselves for the hard work and diligence and commitment they put into something. They just finish it, then they go to something else. I had that problem earlier because I'm a result-driven person. I'm driven by the end result. I want to see what it is that I've done. I want that to be something I can hold in my hand if possible and sell, right? Because I put in the work, like writing a book or creating an audio or creating, like my next project is to create an online course. I want that where I can see it. I can put a price tag on it and I can sell it. But I'm going to work hard on getting it to where it brings value to the purchaser, right? That's what you want to do. Number 4, become an early riser. Now I know a lot of you guys have problems with that one, but trust me, that is gold right there. It's really, really magic. It's magic how that rejuvenates you. Go to bed earlier. Your body needs adequate sleep in order to function on all 4 cylinders. Start off small. If you've been waking up at, let's say, 7:45 a.m. every morning for your entire adult life, don't start off with your new early riser schedule by getting up at 4:30 a.m. It simply won't work. It's too much of a change too suddenly. Now, keep your alarm clock away from your bed. Have a routine established. If you don't have something to do in the mornings with the extra time you have from waking up early, you'll find yourself stumbling back into bed out of boredom, which only makes sense, right? So set up something that you're going to do. Like me, for instance, I'm up at 4:30 every morning and I'm in the gym at 5:15. So I go from getting up, drinking a cup of coffee, getting my athletic wear on, to going to the gym. I work out 5 days a week. So there's an agenda there, right? And that's something that you could do. And that will also increase the clearness of the focus that you'll have when you're doing things, because you're energetic, your mind is clear, you're thinking correctly, right? Next, invigorate with cold water. If you're groggy in the morning, there is nothing like cold water to shock the system into revitalization. So think about that. Just splash some cold water on your face. But, always brush your teeth and wash your face when you get up. That's okay. Right? Number 5, become more proactive. Predict. In order to be proactive, you must first develop foresight. Prevent proactive people foresight potential obstacles and avert their power to their ways to overcome them before their obstacles turn into concrete roadblocks. In other words, when you see a possible obstacle or roadblock, be proactive in going around it or figuring a way to get through it, or however you need to position it in your mind to get it away, right? So that you can continue on. Next, acquire conflict resolution skills. The ability to successfully resolve conflicts depends on your ability to, 1, manage stress quickly while remaining alert and calm. 2, control your emotions and behavior. 3, pay attention to the feelings being expressed as well as the spoken words of others. 4, be aware of the respectful of differences. The next session is release the past. Memories and emotions from the past may haunt you and limit you, but are you getting some sort of payoff by keeping those memories alive? Only you know that, and only you can answer that. Once you can honestly say to yourself that you're ready to let go of the past. The next step is to closely examine your beliefs about the painful aspects of your past. And remember this: without freedom from the past, there is no freedom at all. That's Krishnamurti. That's someone who is a philosopher, Krishnamurti. I've read some of his books. It's very mindful, deep thinking type stuff. I like things like that from time to time. Okay, you see how that worked? Now, what I've decided to do, as you already know, is I've decided to make things like a one page, because what I want you to do with your system is to be able to emulate this. So I want you to be able to share just a little information with your audience that you'll be creating. And as you're sharing that information, you'll be getting more and more comfortable in front of the camera. You'll be actually become a better reader, because I know that from the beginning of this process, over 200 videos, I've gotten better at reading, and that's always a plus, right? Because people always bring things to you and say, read that, read that, read that. What do you think about this? And then you got a short window that you got to read that, right? So you want to get an understanding about what you're reading, right? All right, again, this is week number 35. My name is Larry James. My company is Speak with Larry. And I want you to stay tuned for the next video, because it is about other self-development skills. I'll see you on the next video.